Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing a sketchpad brand that I have been using for pretty much the last 2 years. I have mentioned it briefly every time I do like printmaking or drawing or using this paper, but I've never actually done an in-depth review for it, so I thought this is kind of the perfect time if you're looking for some arty gifts for late Christmas or even early January sales. For today's purposes, I will be doing a printing review. Let's start with the brand. The brand is called Artways Enviro. Purchased the A4 portrait, which I got from Amazon. It was about £7.99 off of Amazon. I don't know if they do a website. I've only actually ever found them on Amazon at the time of purchasing them. I have used this brand before, but with an A4 paper portrait sketchbook. I'm hoping the quality and the general use of it is the same. I wouldn't think of a reason why it wouldn't be the same. It's just slightly smaller. I have gone from a smaller sketchbook mostly because a lot of my prints that I do using this paper are a lot smaller. So instead of using one piece of paper up for 2 prints, then I have to cut down, and then it's just a lot of extra work because you have to cut down the paper to the size you want. I'm just going to be doing a live print of one of my houseplants, which was one of the most recent liner prints that I've done. It's very straightforward. I pretty much I run some water onto the paper underneath the tap just to wet the surface, because it is thick enough that it will let some water soak in, but when it goes see-through, when you put water on paper, it just goes a bit see-through and weird. So this is the A4 sketchbook. It's pretty straightforward. Got this really nice hardback board, and obviously it's got the brand name at the bottom. It does say on the Amazon page where you can buy this sketchbook about how recycled, like the whole sketchbook is completely 100% recycled. It does give you a lot of information, but I've literally just pulling up some bullet points that I found. You can get this sketchbook from A5 all the way up to A2, which is brilliant because I know some people like the variations. I could have gone with an A5 sketchbook because there are some of my liner prints are actually small enough to fit onto it with a border. It does come in portrait and landscape, so this is a portrait case instead of having the spine on the more lengthy side. You can have it up at the shorter side as well, so it depends. It could be a proper landscape sketchbook if you wanted to. Paper that you can see here is 100% acid free and recycled with 170 GSM. It comes with 70 pages in each sketchbook, just depends on the size of the sketchbook that you have, so you guaranteed 70 pages in each one. And also this hard bit here, hardback, is also 100% recycled. So it's all recycled, which is fantastic because, when it comes to art, you really want to limit the amount of wastage, which is one of my main goals. I don't like making art when I know it's going to be wasteful. So I do try to recycle and reuse as much as possible. So that is the main sketchbook. It is quite simple. It's literally just a hardback and paper. Now we're going to test out my liner print. So I'm just going to go away and line this up with water and ink up my liner print as well. Right, okay. Now that I have wetted this paper and just put it in between 2 towels, I literally just slightly pat just to get any residue and pooling to happen on the top of the paper. But this is still it still does have water soaked into the paper, so it should be able to soak out as much as the ink as possible. That's why I like to wet my paper, because this ink that I'm using is water-based, so it does react a little bit better with wetted paper. Obviously there is a point where if you make it too wet, it will bleed and kind of smudge everywhere, which is not what we want for this piece. Sometimes it works well when I'm doing like freelancing prints, but in this case I just want a straightforward black and white print. Try and get as central as possible. Normally with this process I just use a water bottle. You can use a rolling pin. Anything that you can use to put pressure between the print and the paper will probably work, to be honest. have made a slight mark on the paper from this water bottle. I think there was a bit of like dried acrylic, so that's something to not blame the paper about. It's just me. That should be enough. Just very quickly, if this print doesn't work out as well as I want it to, you can simply reprint on top of it. You just can't wet the paper because it would just make the ink that's already on the paper smudge a bit. But if you like that effect, then I think you could go for it. But for me, you can only wet this paper once. Just gonna lift this up and see how it goes. I do put my finger on the liner when lifting it up, just because if there's only a little bit left, it's easy to just like slip. Okay, brilliant. As you can see, there is one spot that it didn't print properly up here. Free-handing liner prints by printing them yourself rather than under a rolling pin, like a proper professional rolling pin. Every single one is going to be unique, and it's going to have its little features and characteristics that show it is handmade. That's pretty much the review done. If you have any questions that I have maybe have missed out to your answers, please leave them down in the comment section below for me to answer. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel, because it'll let me know if you like these types of videos. The last thing I've got to do for this is pretty much just sign it. The date today is the 14th of the 12th, 2020, and this is version 1. Hope that's covered everything. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I shall hopefully see you next time. Bye now.